Ohayo Villagers, welcome back to the village. If you are new, hello, welcome. I'm Cacs, and today we're going to be talking about another new Awoken skill that could come to Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and how exactly it would work. But before we get started, please do sub to the channel if you are new, or maybe not even watch this for a little bit. Today is your day. Now, if y'all aren't aware, we've been doing this series for like about 5 weeks now. And we go talk about an Awoken skill, how it would work in the game, and give context to it, why it would work like this, stuff like that. If you guys are enjoying content like this, please do like the video. I don't normally ask that. I am asking it today. I want to gauge how many of y'all are actually liking the content. So yeah, like the video if you are enjoying it. Of course, if you're not, don't like it. That's fine. But yeah, today we are going to be talking about Otira Ego, or God of Destruction form. This transformation in Dragon Ball Super. This is a Dragon Ball Super. I guess you can technically consider Dragon Ball Z transformation, with the Battle of Gods movie being a Z movie, but we're just gonna be sticking to Super for the most part. This is a Dragon Ball Super transformation that is, well, at first was strictly for the Gods of Destructions, for the universes. So the first character we saw using this transformation in Super was Beerus. We weren't sure at the time what that was. We just saw a purple aura, but I think we could pretty solidly say that that was just his God of Destruction form, where he gets the purple aura and stuff. I'm gonna try to avoid spoiling too much of the manga. Y'all saw the thumbnail already, so I'm not gonna go too in depth because I haven't actually read it myself. I just more or less, or that's not true, I did read some of it, but I try to avoid as much as I can because I'm waiting for it to be animated. But yeah, so we get characters like all the God of Destructions that have this form, Toppo, and Vegeta. So you know, you don't have to be born a God of Destruction. This is something you train up to, because I've noticed in some of the comment sections that people are more interested in the lore aspect of things. But it's Xenoverse, so they're not really too interested in lore that much. You can look at forms like Purification and just the Frieza race entirely, where they're taking aspects of all different types of forms from Frieza, and even just other characters like Janemba, who is not a Frieza race. So that's why I'm not really that interested in lore, but to satisfy some of you guys that are, anyone could, not anyone, but if you have the prerequisites required and you train, essentially anyone could get this form, similar to how Ultra Instinct works. So this is a form that all races could use, which would be great for the game's life in general. So how it would work is a interesting one. This one's gonna be harder for me, because if you guys don't know, make sure y'all check that out. We did a Rose video, and I had mentioned there, I'm worried that I don't want Rose to be too similar. But this form, it has to be a tank. You look at characters like Toppo, and he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. I think Toppo already in Xenoverse has a mechanic to where he can not be staggered by ki blasts. I think that's something that we can definitely take into the form as well, since we already do have a character with the form who does that. So that's a for starters thing. I think it's definitely going to come with that. And then another thing, I think that we can't make them not be staggered by basics or anything like that. That'd be just too broken. And we did talk about this as a possible thing that the full power Super Saiyan form could have as well. But I do think that I don't know if they're gonna have any stamina drain. Here's where I'm standing at. Because I was really debating about this before. I think that you shouldn't be able to activate it until a certain amount of health is lost. That's kind of what I've landed at. I just think that would be the most fair thing, because then we're gonna make it busted. All right, we're gonna make it busted. And I think this is something that I should have said in the Ultra Instinct video as well. I think that, like, you have to be at 50% or below before you can activate them. I think that would be the fairest thing to do, because Ultra Instinct as an Awoken skill would also be busted. So then Ultra Ego or God of Destruction form, I think that it makes sense for both of them. 50% or below, then you can activate them. I like that idea. So I'm going to stick with that for those two, retconning my old video. But then Ultra Ego, after that, the buffs are going to be massive. Of course, like we said, you're not going to be staggered by Ki Blast, which is huge. Secondly, I think that everything just gets a buff. I think Strike Super or Basic Attacks is going to get the biggest buff, and then Strike Super, Ki Blast Super. So to give a percentage, I'd probably say Basics get a buff of like 30% or so, and then Strike and Ki Blast Supers could possibly get a 15% increase. I don't want anything too massive, because another thing I'm thinking is Ultra Instinct has dodge. Okay. I'm thinking that Ultra Ego could have damage reduction. I think that would be fair, but I think how the damage reduction would work is that the lower you go, the higher it gets. Yeah, I think that's how I would like it. If you guys have any other ideas for this, by the way, please let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, I think the lower you go, the higher it gets. So of course, remember, this form, you're starting out at 50%. That's the highest you can be before awakening. Okay. After that point, you'd probably start with a baseline of like 5%, like something low. Nothing too crazy. Like 5% increase to your defense. But then past that, you could then, let's say at 30%, then you'd be able to go to 10%, and then maybe like 20% or even 15%, you're able to go up to a 15% increase or something like that. I think that way, you know, so it's not too crazy, but it's definitely going to be noticeable. I think that's definitely the way they should do that. Because again, this is busted. I actually did talk to a couple of people, and they said that they thought that you could drain Ki. I personally am not thinking that, because it just doesn't make sense to me for it to drain Ki. I think I'd prefer it to be lower health activation, and then boom, you're just busted from the get-go. Even with only the 5% decrease or increase to your defense, you're really good off. You're good. You're really good. All right. Yeah, but I guess that's really mostly what I'd want to see as the actual buffs. Nerfs, maybe you could, actually no, I'm gonna go with this. I'm kind of taking this part off of the Topo Super Soul. I've cast everything aside for this. I think for nerfs, we could possibly see them lower your movement speed. I think that would be fair, just as a way to bounce it a little bit so it's not too crazy. Lower your movement speed. Outside of that though, I don't think there's really too much more they need to do to nerf it. Again guys, I think a lot of these Awoken skills have to be reworked, which is something I've been talking about a lot in the other videos. So I don't want to make anything too broken, but I'm also in the mindset of, in a future Xenoverse 3 or even in a Xenoverse 2 update, they need to buff some of these Awoken skills. They've never done anything like that before, to my knowledge, and I think that would really help the life of the game. I think that would really bring a lot of players some happiness, being able to go to Super Saiyan 3 and it actually be viable. You know, it's viable now, but you know, I don't know. I think you guys get what I'm saying. I think it should be a lot better than what it is now. And I think that's definitely going to be the next kind of video series we do after the Awoken skills. I think next week I might take a break. I'm gonna make a poll of this, so you guys can please vote in the poll if you guys would like us to continue the Awoken skill series or not. And I'm also gonna leave a poll of what Awoken skill we should do next if you guys do want to do this again next week. But yeah, this video isn't done yet. We also are going to talk about the cosmetics, so that's a new section we're going to start adding in these videos as well. So obviously with the form, I think that if you have hair, you're going to get the purple hair. And then it probably is going to spike up a little bit more too, because at least that's what it looks like for Vegeta. And then you lose your eyebrows, which is something interesting, which is a Vegeta only trait, I think. I mean, I haven't really paid attention too much, but geez, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 3 with those eyebrows. But yeah, so you lose your eyebrows, your hair gets spikier, it actually becomes purple, and then you get the purple aura. And then also, you probably get buffer too. I feel like getting buffer would be a pretty cool aspect too. That's mostly it for the physical changes. It's not like a crazy change, but I think it looks cool. Like, this form on Vegeta looks really cool. It might be my favorite form on him. Yeah, it probably is. Maybe Super Saiyan God looks a little cooler, but oh, jeez. Oh, Ultra Ego looks so good on Vegeta. But yeah, guys, I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you did enjoy this one, and I hope you all are excited for next week's discussion. I'm not sure what we're gonna talk about yet. Y'all gonna let me know in the comment section below and in the poll. With that though, guys, I'm Kai. Peace.